time for some topics.
All right.
The topics are, we're going to start off with a BGOMG. If you're not familiar, BGOMG stands for board games. Oh my God. Things in board games that annoy you, and you can hashtag tweet this stuff out and tell us about it. I did one on the Board Game Geek, and it got a lot of entries, or not Board Game Geek. I did it on the Board Game Geek's Facebook page. You got a lot of people replying, and one person replied a lot of things. It was pretty funny.
Yes.
So we took one of these, and we're going to call it Let's See What Happens. Mm-hmm. This is when somebody is playing your game, and they just want to see what happens because it's either funny or it's going to cause a lot of chaos. It's not even strategic or optimal for them in any way. And it's not like they're taking a strategy and starting the game with it and trying to commit to it that whole game to see if it's a viable thing. They're just doing things to see what happens because it's humorous. Like, Eric, does this annoy you?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, I like to play with other people that, your biggest thing is to have fun when you're playing. But I also like to play against others that are trying to win. And
you like the friendly competition.
Right.
And you feel like that might
deter that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Matt?
Yeah, I could see that being an issue. When you first brought this up, I was kind of like, what's the big deal? But I guess thinking of it in that sense, someone just doing random things for the hell of it, and it's just affecting people in whatever way. I'd almost rather you be trying to do something to me because maybe there's a spot I own and you want it. Yeah. Not just doing it just to, let's see what happens if I take this spot over.
Yeah, I feel like with you, Eric, I'm a friendly competition type of person. Like, I started off in a lot of miniature games where it was heavy competition, or card games where you're playing one-on-one, and it's like you really want to do your best, and I would get upset when I didn't do my best and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? This is why I like board games, because it's very friendly, but you still have a lot of people being very casual about it, but they want to win. They want to do what they can to win.
Right.
And when you start doing stuff like, you know what? I'm just going to go over here and hit you, only you, the whole time. And we talked about this on the Spirit of the Game thing. I guess to differentiate is that I'm not talking about people who are going against the spirit of the game. They're still doing stuff within the game, but they're doing silly things in the game. For instance, when we were playing Shadows over Camelot once, somebody was a good guy and a card came out, and it's like, play the next three. It's with the expansion, I think. And it's like, play the next 3 black cards and do all of them. Everyone's like, that is garbage. Even if you were the traitor, you're like, that is garbage.
Right.
And then somebody's like, well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, see how this plays out.
Let's say, no, we're not going to see. You're a traitor. That made my game a lot easier. Yeah. Because I was the traitor.
Right. You didn't actually do it, but.
Yeah, I didn't do it. But man, you all thought he was the traitor the rest of the game.
Right.
And that's kind of like, that was like, silly. It was funny at the time.
Right.
And in that kind of game, it's more of a social game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're playing a game that's more strategic, like if you're playing Puerto Rico and it's like, I'm going to see what happens if I only build, or if I only get one type of resource. Like, that's just stupid.
Right.
Because it's not going to work. It's not like it's a strategy that's going to work. Or maybe it would. I don't know. I don't play Puerto Rico enough to tell. But if you take something you're like, that is obviously not going to work. It's a difference if you're playing like 5 tribes and you're like, I'm going to try to go for a strategy where I get as many of this one type of point, or, the cards, right? If you were going to collect all the item cards and just go that route and try to keep collecting sets of item cards and try not to do a whole lot outside of that. Okay, that might be a valuable strategy because it does work, sort of. It gives you tons of points. I get it. But if you're like, I'm going to play 5 tribes and the whole point is to assassinate as many things as possible with the assassination, you're not going to win. Right. And on top of that, not only are you not going to win, you're going to do stuff just because it's silly and funny that's going to hinder other players' strategies and what they're trying to do. And that to me just kind of is annoying.
Right. Yes.
I feel like I'm the only one who is really bothered by this. Eric said,
no, yeah, definitely. Yeah, when people are just, not playing, it goes back to not really playing to win, or, I just want to make pretty objects, or I just want to, like in your case, I just want to kill people on the board. I know it's not going to win me the game, but that's kind of what I just want to do in this game.
Yeah, or like, if I just want to collect them because they're pretty.
Yeah. So then it goes to the point is, I'm not really playing against anybody, or, at least not that person. They're just there to,
you're like playing against an AI opponent that's stupid.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing against a computer that's got some weird strategy.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it for that.
Mm-hmm.